the best travel credit card offers for June, how you can get amazing value from the new Marriott card offers, and the RBC to British Airways transfer bonus is back. All this and more on Rewards Canada's This Week in Rewards for June 6th, 2025. If you're looking to make the most of your loyalty programs and credit card rewards, you've come to the right place. This is your weekly dose of loyalty rewards, travel, and credit card happenings in Canada from Canada's original points and miles resource, Rewards Canada. As always, if you're looking for more information on the topics we covered in today's video, there'll be links in the description below to all our articles and features that we are featuring here today. I'm your host, Patrick, and we're going to kick things off with credit cards. As it's the start of the month, we posted all our usual top credit card welcome bonus offer posts. They're for travel, cashback, and small business cards. In today's video, we're only going to focus on the travel ones because that's the one that gets the most traffic. That's the one that most people are looking for. Not that cashback and small business don't get a lot of traffic, but a lot of people really like the travel ones, and that's where the big changes happened this month. This year has been quiet in terms of a lot of these offers. In terms of the top offers, we haven't seen too many changes. Yes, we did see travel change a couple months ago when BMO VI Porter cards came out and the new offers on the BMO Air Miles cards came out. But in general, they've been a little quiet. But now, this month, we see further changes thanks to the American Express bonuses that we talked about in the previous video, and also a new bonus from Cathay on their credit card that is powered by Neo. So let's take a look at the top 5 welcome bonus offers for travel credit cards in Canada for the month of June. So we now have a new card in the #1 spot providing the most value, and that is the Marriott Bonvoy American Express card. It provides a bonus of up to 110,000 Bonvoy points. That's big. That's one of the biggest we've seen. It's the best this year for the card. And with our valuations, that's a minimum value of $860 from that bonus. That is the biggest bonus right now for any travel cards in Canada. And you may be wondering, well, $860, how does that work? So the way we do the calculations for these posts, where we look at the welcome bonus value, it is strictly that. We take the value of the welcome bonus points and subtract the annual fee or annual fees. A lot of the cards you now have to carry into the second year, so we subtract 2 years of annual fees, unless they're first year free, of course. So we take that into account and we do the baseline value of the welcome bonus points. We don't look at anything else. We don't look at like Nexus credits or like annual free night awards, any of these extras that cards offer, because not everybody can use them, and also a lot of people are just looking for that straight line value of the bonus points, and we take our minimum valuation for the program, which in this case for Marriott is 1 cent per point. So with that 1 cent per point, that is $1,100 of value from the points, but then you have to subtract the annual fee in the first year and the second year, because the full bonus takes up to 17 months, 15 to 17 months to get the full bonus. So you're looking at $240 in annual fees subtracted. So that's where we get our value of $860. And that is the #1 travel credit card welcome bonus in Canada right now. And that offer made the old #1 drop to #2, and that is the BMO VI Porter World Elite Mastercard. This card is still offering 70,000 VI Porter points with a minimum value of $851. So it's close. It's only $9 off from the Marriott Bonvoy card offer, but it's $9 lower, so it's in second spot. So those 70,000 points are worth $1,050 in our valuations. We value VI Porter points at 1.5 cents each. And it's first year free for the card, but to get the full bonus, you do have to pay the annual fee in the second year, which is $199. So subtract that from the $1,050, and that's where we get our value of $851. In third spot is another card that moved up in the rankings and made some others move down, and that is another one of those best bonuses for this year from American Express, and that is the American Express Aeroplan Reserve Card bonus. That is offering up to 130,000 Aeroplan points, and our minimum valuation on that is $752. So what we're taking is the 1.5 cents that we value Aeroplan points at, multiplying it by the 130,000 points, which actually gives you a value of $1,950. So quite huge in that regard. But when we use our calculation, where you have to subtract the annual fee or annual fees, and it takes 2 years to earn this bonus, you have to subtract 2 annual fees, and this is the reserve card, so it's $599 per year. So you're subtracting $1,198 in fees on that card to get you the $752 in value. Now I should point out that a lot of these cards that are with the airlines and hotels, so the Aeroplan, Marriott, VI Porter, you can actually get more value than the valuations we do. We actually have some of the lower valuations in the market because we're also accounting for, there are Aeroplan redemptions where you're going to get less than 1 cent per point for economy class. We're kind of taking the average. We don't bump our valuations higher, but I will note that we do have a little bit of a higher Marriott valuation, but I'm finding so many redemptions in Canada, 1.3 cents, 1.8 cents, 1.4 cents, where 1 cent is actually on the lower end. And then we have a new card in fourth place as well, and that is the Cathay World Elite Mastercard powered by Neo. So this past week saw the best ever bonus come out on this card, and this marks the first time that a Neo financial card has ever made it into the top 5 welcome bonus offers in our rankings that we do every month on the website. So this new offer on the card is up to 60,000 Asia miles, and same thing with Aeroplan and VI Porter. We value these at roughly 1.5 cents each. So you're looking at $900 of value, but you do have to subtract the 1 annual fee because you can earn the whole bonus within 3 months, and that annual fee is $180. So that gives us the minimum value of $720 for the welcome bonus on the Cathay World Elite Mastercard. Again, you can get more value than this, but there's the potential to get less value. And then rounding out the top 5 is a card that was, I believe it was in second spot last month. But yeah, it was in second spot because we have 3 new cards this month. And that is the BMO Air Miles World Elite Mastercard. It is still offering one of its best bonuses, not the best ever, but close to it, of up to 7,000 air miles. Minimum value here is $615. So those 7,000 air miles can be worth at least $735 when redeemed as cash miles. However, you have to pay the annual fee in the second year. It's first year free, but you have to pay the annual fee in the second year to get the full bonus. And that annual fee is $120. So that is where we get our valuation of $615 for that card. So there you go. There are the top 5 welcome bonus offers for travel credit cards in Canada for June. I'll also link in the description below the offers for cash back. Those did not change this month, and the offers for small business. Small business did get some slight changes because of those elevated bonuses from American Express on their business Marriott card and business Aeroplan Reserve. They broke into the top 5, not the top cards just like we saw with the travel cards, but they are in the top 5 there. So check out the link below if you're in the market for a small business card. And so we're going to continue on these big bonuses from American Express, and that's our next thing we're going to look at. And then we had another feature on the website this week, and that's how you can get amazing value from the welcome bonuses on the Marriott American Express cards, whether it's the consumer version or the business version. Again, there's just so much value to be had from these hotel cards. We had a whole another part in another video. I'll link to that video right here where we talk about how this is a card that is loved by points and miles enthusiasts, or I should say cards, because we're talking about either the business or the consumer version. And we love them because these cards provide so much value. So this post is more for the general Canadians who aren't as aware of the value of the Marriott Bonvoy program and the value that these credit cards can provide. So I'll just jump right into it. You guys can go read the whole post if you want more details, but let's look at some examples of how much value the welcome bonuses on these cards can provide. So let's look at a one-night stay at the Calgary Airport Marriott In-Terminal Hotel. So this is in October, and I went with October because if you get the card now, it can take you up to 3 months to get the initial part of the welcome bonus, and that's what I looked at in this feature, was the initial part primarily of the bonus, because it does take up to 17 months, like I mentioned in the previous section of the video. It takes up to 17 months to get the full bonus, and I will talk about the value for the full bonus as well. So at the Calgary Airport Marriott In-Terminal Hotel, you can redeem as little as 25,000 points for a free night there. And a lot of these nights are running over $400. And you'll see in the example on the screen, $451 for one night, and you can redeem 25,000 points for that night. 25,000 out of your 65 to 75,000 points from the initial part, the initial 3-month part of the welcome bonus. So you could do 3 nights here almost with the card offers, and you're redeeming 25,000 points for $451. So that is a 1.8 cents per point valuation. That is a really big value in terms of a point. That means the initial 65,000 points on the consumer card are worth $1,170, and the 75,000 points on the business card are worth $1,350. That is big value from a welcome bonus, especially on cards that only run $120 for the consumer card and $150 for the business card. And now that is assuming you can redeem all your points at that 1.8 cents, which is entirely possible because we have other examples in there that are lower, but other examples that are even higher. I'll talk about the other example that is even higher than that. So 1.8 cents is not far-fetched to get from the card, and in terms of getting value in terms of our values for the welcome bonuses here. Now, if we take the entire welcome bonuses from both cards over the up to 17 months that it can take, so that's 110,000 and 130,000 points, 110 on the consumer, 130 on the business. You have $1,980 in value on the consumer card and $2,340 in value on the business card. That's just simply amazing. That is like almost untouchable in terms of cards that are only, like I said already, $120 and $150 in value. And then you still get your free night awards each year on this card. You get your 15-night Silver Elite status credit, all those type of things. There's just so much to these cards that I just don't think a lot of Canadians are aware of, and they can help with hotel stays. A lot of Canadians stay at hotels, and you can save your money on hotels using the Marriott Bonvoy American Express cards, their bonuses, and your everyday earn rates. That's the thing. If we take that 1.8 cent per point valuation and apply it to the everyday earn rates on the cards. And remember, the Marriott cards have some of the best everyday earn rates. And when I say everyday, I'm talking about the base earn rate, not accelerated earn rates, for specific categories, but your basic earn rates where you earn, a lot of cards just earn 1 point per dollar. The Marriott Bonvoy cards are 2 points per dollar. So if you multiply that by the 1.8 cents per point, that's a 3.6% return on spending. There are very few cards that can offer 3.6% back on your base earn rates. And if you're earning the 5 times points on Marriott stays, multiply that by 1.8, you have a 9% return on spending. I'm just trying to throw out the numbers there. You can tell I get excited about these things because there is value to be had in these cards that so many people are just not aware of. Again, huge returns are possible with these cards, and they don't cost you, an arm and a leg like some of the other cards that perhaps, have higher base earn rates. Because I'm talking about base earn rates. You have your Aeroplan Reserve cards, you have your RBC Avion Infinite Privilege, those type of cards that earn a little bit more on their base earn rates. But those are cards that have annual fees that are 2 to 3 times more than the Marriott cards. So just something really to consider. If you don't stay at hotels or if you hate Marriott, it's hard to hate Marriott with close to 10,000 locations. Yeah, there's going to be locations that are very good, but there are locations that are very good and can provide a lot of value. So just really things to think about. And now we'll jump into the other part of the value of the cards, and that is Marriott Bonvoy programs. Book 5 nights, only pay for 4. So when you redeem points for, say, a 5-night stay at any Marriott hotel worldwide, you'll get 1 night for free. The one with the lowest amount of points, they will deduct. So it's close to paying 4 nights. You are paying for 4 nights and you get 1 night for free. If you average out across the whole stay, you may be paying like 4.5 nights or something like that. But it's another big value from the program. It's another way you can stretch the value of your points. I'll put an example on the screen here. So if you take the welcome bonus offer, the initial part from both of these cards, 65 to 75,000 points, you could book yourself 5 nights at the Town Place Suites in Fort McMurray in October, have some points left over. And the example on the screen, you'll see you redeem 59,500 points for 5 nights, because you are getting the 1 night free. That same 5-night stay would cost $1,531.45. So here the card's providing you savings up to over $1,400 with your welcome bonus points. And if you're working on cents per point valuations, this is the one I was saying where it's going to be even higher. This works out to 2.57 cents per point. Yes, I'm making this up, 2.57 cents per point, which means the initial 65,000 points on the consumer card are worth $1,670, while the 75,000 points on the business card are worth $1,927. That's huge value. Apply that same 2.57 points to the entire welcome bonus. Again, assuming you can redeem all the points at 2.57. The 110,000 points on the consumer card works out to $2,827, and the 130,000 points on the Marriott card, $3,341. That is just amazing, huge value. So just something to consider. Link in the description below for the full post. You can see more examples. There's example for stay in London, England, and it just goes into a little more detail. But remember, the cards even offer more than just the welcome bonus points. They offer more than just that excellent everyday earn rate. You do get your annual free night award, which we talked about in that post as well. So check it out today. Next up, we have the best ever bonus on the Cathay World Elite Mastercard powered by Neo. Yes, Neo has bumped up the bonus on the Cathay World Elite Mastercard. This is the highest bonus ever seen on the card since it launched in late 2023. I think we saw 30 before, 40, and then I think it was like 43 or 47,000. I don't recall exactly. I'm just trying to go from memory. But now it's 60,000 Asia miles, and it's pretty easy to earn. You get 35,000 upon approval, and then another 25,000 Asia miles after you spend $5,000 in the first 3 months. So those 60,000 Asia miles are more than enough to get a round-trip economy class award flight between Vancouver and Hong Kong, because that's only 54,000 miles, 27,000 miles one way. So you'll even have some Asia miles left over from that bonus. Now, they didn't just increase the welcome bonus. This is a limited time welcome bonus, by the way, so it probably will drop sometime here in the future. We don't know yet when that will happen. If I do get an end date, I will be sure to pass it along as long as we're allowed to pass it along in terms of our contractual agreements with them. But yeah, so right now, amazing bonus. Like I said in the previous section, it's worth $900 before you take away the annual fee. The annual fee is $180, so baseline value $720. But I was looking at economy class flights between Vancouver and Hong Kong. You're looking at upwards of probably like $1,500. Take away taxes and fees, you're maybe looking at like $1,000 on those flights that this 60,000 will cover. So it's going to be more value than that, say 1.5 cents. It really depends on when you're flying in, and it really depends on what you're booking with your Asia miles. And of course, you're going to get more value for business class if you rack up more miles. And speaking of racking up more miles, they've increased one of the accelerated earn rates on the card, and this is the one specific for booking flights with Cathay Pacific. So up until May 31st, the card earned 2 Asia miles per dollar spent on Cathay Pacific flights. They've doubled that. 4 Asia miles now per dollar. That is an excellent return. So if you're someone who buys Cathay Pacific flights with any regularity, this is a card to really consider for that 4 Asia miles per dollar, because you're going to rack up a lot of Asia miles for purchasing your Cathay Pacific flights. And then remember, you still get the up to 15% discount that is offered on this card when you're using the card and the associated discount code to buy Cathay Pacific flights out of Canada. And we're going to wrap up credit cards with just a quick notice. I think I've talked about this a couple times already in the past videos. I don't recall. My memory is going. I am old. I am getting older and my memory's going. Just one more reminder that the 55,000 point bonus on the RBC Avion cards is ending on June 11th, and this is not being extended. So if you are looking for a quick injection of points, I've talked about this before, they're not very good cards for the long term, but they are good for that quick injection welcome bonus in terms of something we're going to talk about next in the loyalty section as well. Jump on this card by June 11th. I'm not sure when we'll see this offer again. Based on past experience, we probably will see it in the fall, but we don't know. But right now, so if you want that quick injection of 35,000 points on approval, another 20,000 points when you spend 5,000 on the card in the first 6 months, apply by June 11th. And as always, with all the credit cards, or majority of the credit cards we talk about on Rewards Canada, we do earn commissions on the applications done through our website. So thank you in advance to everybody who does apply through our links. That's how you support the Rewards Canada YouTube channel and our website, and how we continue to bring you the utmost and best loyalty and credit card content in Canada, all for free. Before we continue on to loyalty and travel news, if you like today's video, be sure to hit that like button. Subscribe to our channel if you don't do so yet. Hit the notification bell so you're notified when we post new videos. Share the video with friends, family, coworkers, anybody who you think can benefit from the topics we cover here. And leave us a comment below, whether it's a question, a clarification, a correction, or just to say hi. We will do our best to respond to all your guys' comments. All right, so that brings us into loyalty programs and travel news. And just as I was talking about just before our little break there about the welcome bonus on the RBC Avion cards, and now we have it again, the 30% bonus when you transfer points from RBC Avion Rewards to the British Airways Club Avios. That's harder to say now. I'm so used to saying British Airways Executive Club. But yeah, the much anticipated bonus that usually happens about twice per year is back. It's a little bit late this year. I think normally we see it around March, but this time it started June 1st. But I think that's because they had the Asia miles transfer, and Avion's got so much going on, which I'm going to talk about again, another Avion Rewards RBC thing right after this. But anyway, so this is that much coveted bonus by the points miles community of transferring your Avion Rewards points over to British Airways, because you get a 30% bonus. Ideal for that welcome bonus that I was just mentioning, the 35,000, because you can get that 35,000 right away. So if you apply for the RBC Avion Platinum or Infinite card and get your 35,000 points right away, you can actually transfer that and get this 30% bonus, because this 30% bonus runs until July 11th. Chances are you won't have the additional 20,000 to get to this bonus, but then maybe by the fall when they run this bonus again, you will have the entire bonus that you can transfer with the 30%. So So I've talked about this in past videos. We talked about this a lot on the website. I mean, gosh, this bonus goes back well more than a decade, probably 15 years, maybe even more. We talk about so much. So if you've been a regular Rewards Canada, you know this. You don't need me to discuss this. But if you're new, some of the good redemptions that you can use this 30% bonus on are something like the famous, which we talked about probably for like 15 years or more, Toronto to Dublin on Aer Lingus. That is only 26,000 Avios round trip off peak, which means you only need 20,000 RBC Rewards points with this bonus, because 30% is going to get you to 26,000. Compare this to Avion's air redemption schedule. They need 65,000 points for one round trip, and you pay a lot more taxes and fees on that. So you basically could get 3 round trip tickets between Toronto and Dublin using this bonus for the same thing that would cost 1 on the Avion air redemption schedule. So just something to consider. Same thing goes to flights to the UK. I mean, you can fly, say, Toronto or Montreal to London for 26,000 Avios, but the fees are quite high. It's better actually probably to redeem for their 50,000 Avios round trip level, and it's just $200 flat fee with their reward savers, and that's for your round trip economy class as well. So that's only 39,000 Avion rewards points. Compare that again to Avion's air redemption schedule of 65,000 points and probably $900 in fees. So just a huge difference. And then one other example, how about flying Vancouver to Fiji on Fiji Airways, because you can use Avios for that. 31,000 Avios one way, so that's 24,000 Avion points or 48,000 round trip. Because then you add in the 30% bonus on top of that to get you the 62,000 Avios that you would need for that flight. So remember, as much as we herald this bonus though, I mentioned it's good for the welcome bonus on the RBC cards, and that's where it really provides the good value. But on your everyday earn rates, Avion cards earn 1 to 1.25 points per dollar. So even adding a 30% bonus, so you're getting like 1.3 Avios or a little bit more than that. It's not a ton when you compare that, say, to the American Express Cobalt card, which earns 5 points per dollar, which transfers 1-to-1 to Avios. So even without a bonus, you're getting up to 5 Avios per dollar versus these cards like 1.3. Even if you do the Ion Plus Avion combo, because Ion Plus earns 3 points per dollar, and because you'd be Avion Elite by having an Avion card, you can transfer those to the Avion Elite, and you could get 3 Avios per dollar at 30%. That's 3.9 Avios. Still doesn't touch the 5 Avios from the Cobalt card. So just something to consider based on your spending habits. Excellent transfer bonus for the RBC Avion card welcome bonuses. Okay for your everyday spend on the cards, and that's what we'll leave it at. All right, next up in loyalty and travel news, we have this month's Air France KLM Flying Blue promo rewards. So again, we have some Canadian cities that are being offered at 25% off. The first one is Montreal, where you can get 25% off economy class on KLM to Europe, Turkey, and North Africa. So this means you can redeem as little as 18,750 miles one way, or 37,500 miles round trip. Just another excellent redemption option. Again, conversion option from American Express membership rewards, and even though it's 1 to 0.75 the conversion rate, by combining it with these Flying Blue promo rewards, huge value from your membership rewards. And the other city this month is Ottawa, and this is your business class city. If you're looking for a business class redemption, 25% off Air France business class to Europe, Turkey, North Africa, and those start at 45,000 miles one way, because the standard rate is 60,000, so 25% off gets you 45,000 one way, 90,000. So again, some really excellent offers here from Air France KLM. These need to be booked by June 30th and are good for travel until November 30th, 2025. And now another thing I kind of was alluding to earlier in the video, we now have the launch of the expanded partnership between RBC and More Rewards. So now RBC debit and credit card holders can earn 2 times more reward points when they link their credit or debit cards from RBC to their More Rewards accounts. So if you're unfamiliar with More Rewards, they are the loyalty program of the Pattison Food Group. So they are out west. They have like Save On Foods, Price Smart, Urban Fare, and a few other grocery stores. And they have other partnerships with like Coast Hotels, Accent Inns, Speedy Auto Glass, places like that where you can earn More Rewards points. But the primary part of the program is the grocery part. And so now with RBC's tie-up, this is just like their tie-up with Moi Rewards, how you can earn more Moi Rewards points for using an RBC payment product at Metro and their stores like that. It's the same thing here. When you use your RBC credit card or debit card that's linked to More Rewards, you'll earn 2 times more rewards points on those purchases. This works even for like the WestJet RBC World Elite Mastercard. I was able to link mine with ease. Technically, I would earn 2 times more rewards points if I used my WestJet card at like Save On Foods, because Calgary really only has Save On. I think we have a couple others, but Save On's closest to me, so that's what I'm going to refer to. But I will not be using my WestJet card there. I will use my Cobalt card. 5 times points at Save On is much better than the 1.5% earned on the WestJet card, and the 2 times points more rewards. Just, it doesn't match the five times points on the Cobalt card. Like I said in the blog post as well, basically anything if you're earning maybe like 2.5–3% or higher on whatever credit card you use at their grocery stores. So whether it's like the Scotiabank, Gold American Express, MBNA Rewards, World Elite, cashback cards that earn 4%, 5%, you're going to be better off using those cards than dropping to an RBC card and collecting the 2 times more rewards point. Now, of course, there is the RBC Avion Plus and Avion combo. That may do a little bit better. You're going to earn your 2 times more rewards points, and you earn the 3 points per dollar on Avion Plus. Convert that to Avion Rewards for the better redemption rates. You know, just a convoluted steps, but just know that that option is there if you are a RBC Avion Rewards user. And that takes us into this week's bonus blast. This is where we highlight some of the bonus points and miles offers that we've added to the Rewards Canada website over the past week. We do add tons of offers, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 offers a week. Really depends on the week. So we're going to highlight some of the key ones, and we're going to kick it off with Air France KLM. Their Flying Blue program. They are celebrating the 20th anniversary of the program, and the first part of the celebration is 20% bonus miles on all Air France and KLM flights out of Canada and worldwide technically, but we're talking about Canada here. So yeah, so you can earn 20% extra Flying Blue miles on Air France KLM flights out of the 7 Canadian cities. All you have to do is book by June 20th, and this is valid for travel until December 31st, and you will earn that 20% bonus. You'll earn extra miles as well if you have the Air France KLM World Elite Mastercard that's issued by Brim. You can earn extra miles even if you don't use it as your payment product. As long as you have that card but then pay with a different card for your flights, you will still earn those extra miles as well on the flights. So that's the first promotion. They say there's going to be more promotions. We'll have to wait and see what else they will offer as part of their 20th anniversary. Next up, we have another flight bonus. So right now, when you book WestJet flights to Europe via Air Miles Travel, you can earn 950 bonus Air Miles. That is an excellent big bonus from Air Miles for WestJet flights. This one you have to book by June 30th with no end date. So basically until the end of the schedule, whatever WestJet has loaded, you can earn 950 bonus Air Miles on those WestJet flights to Europe. So if you find yourself a cheap flight, that's a good bonus. I mean, because right now, you know, earning base Air Miles on flights to Europe, you earn almost nothing because, of course, the base fares are very low and you're only earning on base fares. You don't earn on the taxes and fees. So to get 950 bonus miles, that's big. That's like $95 or more towards future travel. What is that? Just over $100 in cash miles. Excellent bonus. So if you're considering booking some WestJet flights to Europe, you may want to do it via Air Miles Travel to get that good rebate in miles. Now we'll continue on with WestJet. So WestJet, they revealed a bonus for buying WestJet rewards points. You can receive a 60% bonus when you buy 2,500 or more WestJet points by June 25th. So this is their first buy points bonus since they revamped the program and went to points. They used to have buy dollars offers before, and they never made sense to buy, and for the most part they really don't make sense still. I thought maybe they would change it with the points, but they haven't yet, and the reason why is there really isn't outsized value in the WestJet program because it's kind of a flat rate redemption. You get 100 points equals $1, and that's really where you can max out. But what WestJet did here this time during this 60% bonus for the first couple days of it, so if you're watching this video a little bit later, this probably won't work. They've dropped the price on member exclusive fares by up to 40%. So there are some member exclusive fares where it may make sense to buy the WestJet points, but it's a very small discount. Like I put up some examples in the blog post where it might save you like $5 or $6 on a flight, say between Calgary and Kelowna, if you buy WestJet points and use the member exclusive fare. And that was for economy, but if you went premium, you would actually lose money by doing so. So you really have to do the math to see if it's worth it to buy the points. But in most cases, because there is no outsized value in WestJet rewards points, it does not make sense to buy WestJet points. Next up, we're going to look at a discounted reward offer. So it's not really a bonus, but I guess you can consider it a bonus because you're spending less miles for this, and that is Alaska Airlines. Their newest global Getaways has been released. So this is their quarterly offer with their partner airlines where they pick 6 destinations worldwide where you can spend up to 50% less miles redeeming for economy or premium economy flights. So this time they have offers like Bangkok, Buenos Aires, Lisbon, and 3 other cities. I have some examples on the screen where you can see some of those redemption rates that are lower. So if you're somebody who collects mileage plan miles and are looking to go into these cities, this may be the time to redeem your miles for them. And the last bonus we're going to look at is a online shopping bonus. So Air Miles Shops is celebrating Father's Day by offering up to 150 bonus miles site-wide for your online shopping until June 15th. So you can earn 50 bonus miles if you make a minimum eligible purchase of $100 or 150 bonus miles when you make a minimum purchase of $150 or more. Like I said, this is available until June 15th, and you can earn any individual retailer bonuses that are in there. So say if one of the individual retailers is offering 5 times miles, you'll also earn that. Plus you can earn those monthly bonuses from Air Miles, which I've covered on the website this week as well. There's all those monthly recurring offers from Air Miles. I won't talk about them here. Just check them out on the Rewards Canada website. Remember to check out the Rewards Canada bonus offers section before you book any travel, whether it's flights, hotels, car rentals. So many people are leaving extra points and miles on the table, whether it's double miles this, 1,000 bonus points that. We have so many of them listed there, but yet people are still just going straight to the airline or straight to the hotel and booking and not realizing that they can be earning more miles, more points, and more rewards. You know, that's how you're going to build your balances up. Outside of a lot of credit card spend, you can do it with a lot of these bonus offers. And that's all she wrote for this week. Be sure to check out rewardscanada.ca and or our socials on a daily basis, because we are posting so much news, so many bonus offers, so many things that do not make it into this video. And there are short limited time offers that also do not make it into our weekly newsletter. But at the very least, you should be subscribing to the newsletter. The link is below in the description. If you don't subscribe yet, go do that right now, because that weekly newsletter on Friday rounds up everything. That is your roundup of all the news and anything pertinent happening in the world of loyalty and credit cards in Canada. And then Saturdays is our bonus offer bulletin. That is where we list all of the bonus offers posted to Rewards Canada over the past week. That is your ticket to more miles, more points, and more rewards. Thank you everybody for tuning in. Have yourselves a great weekend, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye-bye.